Good morning students, welcome to online class. Hope you are keeping well by the grace of God. So students, once again I am with you and today I am going to teach you English literature from your reader book, chapter number 11. And I hope that you are having book at this very moment. So you can open page 92 and the story is Kabliwala, written by Rabindranath Tagore. And I know that you have heard the name of Tagore, a Nobel laureate, one of the popular and renowned authors, novelists in the field of English literature and Bengali literature. So Rabindranath Tagore, he was born in 7th May. Guys, you open your notebook and note down his date. Tagore was born in 7th May 1861 and he died in 7th August 1941. He was a Nobel laureate spelling Laureate, that means Nobel Prize winner for his talent in the field of English or in the field of literature, not only English, in the field of literature. So this story, guys, chapter number 11, Kabliwala. This story has three main characters. One character is Minnie, a little girl, and the second character is Minnie's father, and the third character is a Kabliwala. Kabliwala means a person belongs to Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. So this story, it depicts about a friendship between a Kabliwala and a little girl in the colonial India or in colonial Calcutta. It was the British time, and during that time girls, they were married early, but here the story opens with Minnie and the Kabliwala and Minnie's father, the three characters. So guys, how this Kabliwala and Minnie, they came closer to each other. Kabliwala, he belongs to Kabul, Afghanistan, so far away country. And during British rule, it was the common practice of those Afghanis or Afghan people that they used to visit India along with dry fruits to sell, and they were the money lenders. It was their occupation. They used to lend money to the farmers, small scale businessmen, to the middle class family on high interest. People used to borrow money, but they had to pay high interest. So these Afghans or these Kabliwalas, during that time with British rule, they were the money lenders and also they were the dry fruit sellers simultaneously. And after lending money, once again they left for their own country. After several months or 1 year, they used to return, collect the money along with the interest, and then went away. It was the common practice during that time, during British rule, because the economic condition of our country was not satisfactory because of the drain of wealth from India to the European countries. So people were compelled to borrow money. So it was the easy way to borrow money from these Afghanis or the Kabliwalas. So this story, it is based on Kabliwala and a little girl, their friendship, how they used to spend time, how they used to share light moments. Rabindranath Tagore, he has presented the characters of Minnie, the small girl, and Kabliwala with an outstanding manner. And the story ends with emotion. And it is really a touching story of Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore. So guys, first, today I am not going to teach you the complete story. Once again I am telling you, I don't want to exaggerate my teaching. So today half of the story I will read before you, and in my next lecture I will complete the story. So guys, you open your book, page number 92, the story Kabliwala, chapter number 11, written by Rabindranath Tagore. The window of my room overlooks the road. The narrator is Minnie's father. The window of my room overlooks the road. My 5-year-old daughter had seated herself at my feet near my table and was playing softly, drumming on her knees. All of a sudden, Minnie left her play and ran to the window, crying, "Oh Kabliwala, oh Kabliwala." Sure enough, in the street below was a Kabliwala, passing slowly along. He wore the loose, soiled clothing of his people with a tall turban. There was a bag on his back, and he carried boxes of grapes in his hand. I cannot tell what were my daughter's feeling at the sight of this man, but she began to call him loudly. The Kabliwala turned and looked up at the child. When she saw this, overcome by terror, she fled to her mother's protection and disappeared. I made some small purchases. As he was about to leave, he asked, "And where is the little girl, sir?" And I, thinking that Minnie must get rid of her false fear, had her brought out. She stood by my chair and looked at the Kabliwala and his bag. He offered her nuts and raisins, but she would not be tempted, and only clung the closer to me. With all her doubts increased. This was their first meeting. One morning, however, not many days later, as I was leaving the house, I was startled to find Minnie seated on a bench near the door, laughing and talking with the great Kabliwala at her feet. In all her life, it appeared my small daughter had never found so patient a listener, save her father. Already 2 corners of her little sari was stuffed with almonds and raisins, the gift of her visitor. "Why did you give her those?" I said, and taking out an 8-anna bit, I handed it to him. The man accepted this money without demur and slipped it into his pocket. It was not the first of second time. I found that the two had met. The Kabliwala had overcome the child's first terror by judicious bribery of nuts and almonds, and the two were now great friends. They had many silly jokes which afforded them much amusement. Seated in front of him, looking down on his gigantic frame in all her tiny dignity, Minnie would ripple her face with laughter and begin, "Oh Kabliwala, what have you got in your bag?" And he would reply in the nasal accents of the mountaineer and elephant. Then the Kabliwala would take his turn. "Well, little one, and when are you going to the father-in-law's house?"